When you wake up and you want to go back under the covers, are you the person that does the push-ups? Or are you the person that goes back under the covers? If you're the person that goes back under the covers, that's fine, but you cannot be the complainer then. You cannot use excuses.
Check two. We on. You look like you need a little balance in life, and so do I. So 1 round through, 50-10 tempo, 10 different moves, course, 10 minutes. Let's get started. All right. First one, flamingo punch. You're gonna balance on the right, punch with the left. 3 seconds. 2, 1. You want to keep that left leg up. Cross punch. It doesn't have to be hard, you just want to engage the muscles that require you to balance. If it does feel easy, you can punch harder or raise the knee a little bit higher. If you're struggling, be close to like a table or chair or something solid that keeps pressure on that balancing leg. 20 seconds. Balancing is a lot more difficult when you just roll out of bed. Just FYI. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Time, we're switching sides. Flamingo on the left. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise that right knee. And cross punch. The importance of the cross punch is to engage inner and outer, so lateral and medial muscles of that balancing leg. Adductors, abductors, flexor muscles. Keep that knee up. Got 20 seconds. Make it count, because we can only do it once. Now, you can do it as many times as you want. I'm only doing it once. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. No balancing. It's up. All right, we're going to switch legs again. On the right, it's heel tap to high knee. 2, 1. Leg out. Left leg is out. Heel tap. Oh, Emily, you just wanna throw my balance off. Smelling my foot too. Come here, Heidi. I call her Heidi. It's Emily. Heidi's the other one. Emily. Hey. Bye. She's like, what's going on? Nothing like a little distraction. 20 seconds. Almost. Again, each time try to get that knee a little bit higher. 3, 2, 1. Oh man. Firing up already. Switch sides, bouncing on to the left. 2. Here we go. Tap that right knee, drive it up. Right knee, tap, and up. Again, control it. Engage. A lot of times if you're struggling with the balance, you want to flex your abs. That'll help with the control of it. Notice I'm not trying to do a million reps. I know I say that a lot, but it's really about making sure that standing leg keeps the old pressure. 20 seconds. Flex that glute muscle. That left butt cheek should be fired up. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Slow runner right side. Bouncing on the right. So you want to just, again, each time we're switching. Alright. Oh, right here, you need an elbow. Drop down. Oh, if you can't get this knee to bend and drop down, just do a runner here. Standing like this. This is fine too. If your balance is struggling too much down here, I'd rather you stay higher anyway, just so that right leg has to work. Work. That four-letter word most people are afraid of. 15 seconds. Oh. Almost. Four, 3, 2, 1. Wow. Lights going off all over the place. But in 3, bouncing on the left. 2, 1. Lights on. Runner. Slow time runner. Slight bend. Make it happen. Now this might look like a slow runner, but to a sloth, you're sprinting. It's an all-out sprint, baby. 20 seconds. Almost T-minus 10. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that one wanted to give up, but I didn't let it. All right, we're almost there. We have 4 more moves, and you guys are already finished. All right, this one I call a good morning bow. So, kind of hands together. You're gonna kick the hips back, bend at the waist, not the spine, and back up. You don't have to raise that knee. I'll give you a side view here. Right here, a good morning bow. Just kicking that hip back. Hinge it right back up. If you want to raise the bar, you can go back up to high knee. Kick back. Control. This is a move that kind of prepares you for some harder things. But this alone is difficult, so if you need a chair, hold on to it. Hang tough. Almost there. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's a burner. That's a burner. Start to add up. All right. Good morning bow on the left. 3, 2, 1. Probably would have been appropriate to start with these good morning bow things. Oh. All right. Kick back, engage. When you're doing that, it's a slight bend at the knee. You should feel that in your hamstring and glutes. Right there. Oh yeah, definitely feel that. If you want to raise that knee, there it is. "20 seconds. I like these. Almost 10 seconds. Hits it, then hits it. 2, 1. All right, time. We're finishing with an old school move. Captain America, down punch, right side. In 3 seconds. 2, 1. So it's a squat. Cross punch, kick that right arm back. Get lower each time if you can. Raise that knee on the recovery. Squat down. Punch. A little lower each time if you can. Pain. Oh, good pain, of course. Oh, Jake, the only pain in this workout is you. Ironically, this is firing up the gluteus maximus. So you're saying I'm a pain in the gluteus maximus down punch. Oh. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Legs are waking up though. Switch sides on the left. In 3, 2, 1, squat. That's Emily. She's mad because I didn't pet her. She's like, what's going on? The universe is not balanced today. And he's doing balance. What a hypocrite. She actually came down twice. She had to make up for yesterday. Her whole world's thrown upside down now. Maybe Emily should do some balancing. She does. She's got 3 legs. She balances in her life. She's an inspiration. 10 seconds. That girl's hopping all over the place and always happy. 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. March it off. All right. Make sure, especially when you wake up, if you don't forget to drink water. And this isn't enough, trust me. This little shot glass, that's not enough. All right, there it is. 10 different moves, 50-10 tempo. Balance it off. You can always do more in one round, but at least try to get this one done. So you got 10 minutes out of the way. All right. Here's a little storyboard fun. Enjoy.
So pending the background check and drug test, and I'm not worried about either, except maybe that time in Vegas. But all charges were dropped, so that should be good. Yeah, but depending the background check and the drug test, which should go fine, hopefully in the next 3-4 days or so, I have put in for, and looks like I have got a job that is going to be a secondary job, working from early in the morning, like 2 a.m. till early afternoon, kind of a 10-hour window there. And I think it's 8 to 10 hours, 4 days a week. It's technically full-time, but you know, the hours work within what I want for the schedule. And I don't know why I'm sharing it. I think there's a side of me that just wants you to know where that's coming from. You know, this isn't a job of survival. I don't like that word survival because it sounds weak. I'm not trying to survive, I'm trying to progress. You see the edited version of these entrepreneurs' life after they've already made it, so you think, oh, that's exciting. But with an entrepreneur, you don't work less. If you truly care about a business when you're building it, you're working double, triple, quadruple than anybody else, or you should. And anything you're doing should be based on, how is this going to advance my company? And if it's not advancing my company, is it really worth my time? Every time I go to bed, I wonder if I'm doing enough. When I sleep, I dream about doing more. When I wake up, I ask myself, am I going to do enough on that list today to make sure that Relentless is being fertilized, watered, and fed correctly, and the right decisions are being made to keep this system into place so that it can grow? One of the things you can do as an entrepreneur always is you can outwork the competition. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to outgrow people. I feel like I've outworked a lot of channels. I feel like I've outworked a lot of other fitness, personalities, and they're growing beyond anything that I can do tenfold. And that's the nature of business. That just happens. You're not always going to get things just because you work hard. But what you can say is, in that grind, you're developing certain things, certain calluses and badges of honor that when you're faced with tragedies and setbacks, you're not going to use them as an excuse, because you're used to being in the sludge. You're used to the setbacks. You're used to the underwhelming results. You're used to the lack of response. When it's lack of response, it's more of a failure. But that part doesn't surprise you. Whereas a lot of people who aren't used to putting their nose to the grindstone, so to speak, will give up. They'll use COVID as an excuse as to, COVID really ruined us. Did it? Or did you just not put the plan into place to help your company, that when something like COVID came, you had an ability to strike back. As an entrepreneur, all you can give to make it successful is all that you have. The caveat is it's never enough. And so that's the battle you always play, that tug of war. People will look at me a lot of times, and the frustrating thing when they look at me is, they'll say, oh, it's genetics, he's in good shape because of genetics, or it's probably steroids, he's probably juicing at some point. They always want to look at the easier route, that I took an easier route to make themselves feel better because they didn't want to put in that curse word called work, that 4-letter word that most people are afraid of. I watched a movie, a couple months ago, and The Rock was in it, and his buddy Chris Hart was in it. And I'm going to paraphrase it, but the idea of it was hilarious because it couldn't have been truer. And Chris Rock was asking him, his character asked him, how did you get so jacked? And The Rock was like, oh, it was easy. I just worked out 6 hours a day, every day of the week, for 20 years. It's that simple. As an entrepreneur, it's basically that. You give it all that you have, and then a little bit more, because you're probably still not giving enough. And every time I wake up, I think of something else that I can give. And this was one of those things where I'm like, I can give more. So if you're interested in the entrepreneurial life, it's great. This is the unedited version. I have you in the grind, the grit, the truth about where most entrepreneurs live most of their life. And this isn't like week 1, this isn't year 1. I'm on like year 10 with this company. Man, am I a loser. It takes a little naivety to do it. Sometimes you have to not know the unknown so you're not afraid of it. There are some things that I know now that it's like, do I want to do it again? So good that I got past that. It's good to have and be a little doughy-eyed or naive, because then you start to weigh the costs, and that's when it becomes dangerous. How much more effort that you have to put into it, and that's when it becomes reckless. To really grow your business the way it should. Another thing that I think irks me with small business, and this is where I'm not afraid to take that risk, is there's all these rules and plans put into place. But these rules and plans are put into place by society, by people, by other men of perhaps power that make these rules maybe for their own selfish reasons. Rules are made to be bent, broken, and pushed, challenge their integrity. Let's ask questions to these rules and see if they hold up. And if they don't hold up, then why are we following these rules? I'm not a big fan of rules that literally are just put into place for the significance of just simply being a rule to keep people from growth. You got to break a few rules if you're going to grow. And that's not an open invitation to tell people that it's okay to break laws. I'm suggesting that man-made rules are often put there to harness people, to corral them, and to put them into this glass case with a glass ceiling so they don't grow. Challenge the integrity of these rules, if nothing else. See if they hold up to your questions, and then push a little more. See if the door opens. But don't be afraid to take the risk and bend the rules to make things happen. Do it with integrity, because you can actually bend rules and change rules and still have integrity. But to me, when there's rules put into place and, a small business owner's like, well, we can't do this because of that, it's just a coward's answer. Well, then find a creative way to do it. I guess I said all that to say this. I can't show passion in a 20-minute video. I can't show passion just based on a creative decision that I made for editing. I'm certainly not going to show it with one emotion or two emotions. Passion is seen through action. It's seen through the course of years of progression, years of setback, and how you respond to setback. You truly don't know if you have passion until you've tasted failure. Again and again and again. And you keep going back because you know you love it. Because you know at some point, all those failures, all those setbacks are gonna lead you to something bigger. Suddenly that pressure turns into diamonds because it pays off and it explodes into something that is probably larger than you. But until that point, you will be tested. You will be pushed. And the question is, when you wake up and you want to go back under the covers, are you the person that does the push-ups? Or are you the person that goes back under the covers? If you're the person that goes back under the covers, that's fine, but you cannot be the complainer then. You cannot use excuses because you've chose the route of comfort. But when you choose the route of push-ups, pain, misery, going through a little bit of sludge, turmoil, heartache, I can go on because I'm good at it. Discomfort is that's where I make my bed. When you choose that road, you get rid of the excuses and you find a way how to do it. And the discomforts aren't a distraction. And in many cases, they become nothing more than fuel and motivation. All right. I just thought I'd share that.
We all know that it must come to an end. Happy or sad, my dearest friend, there's nothing easy